is simple math for you. In our lesson today, we are going to discuss the correlation and causation. So we can have correlation, and this correlation can be causation or not causation. So what's the meaning of causation? Causation occurs when a change in one variable produces a change in another variable. Produces or causes, that's why the word comes causation. It can cause a change in another variable, and it cannot be the cause of changing in the other variable. So it is the relationship between the cause and effect. Correlation, however, can be observed between many variables. So to decide whether the correlation is causation or not, or there is correlation or no correlation, we need to graph the ordered pair to create the scatter plot. And then we will decide whether the scatter plot is increasing or decreasing, so it's positive or negative correlation. And then we are going to determine whether the two sets are related. Does one variable cause the other? Could other factors be the effect influencing the data results? And then we are going to decide whether it's causation or not causation. Let's check this example. The data show the per capita consumption of mozzarella cheese and the number of civil engineering doctoral degrees awarded in the United States. Determine whether the data plotted on the graph illustrates correlation or causation. Though there is no relation between them when consuming the mozzarella cheese and obtaining the doctorate or any degree, this shows a positive correlation. Positive correlation. It's increasing trend. So we have correlation, yes. But do you think that consuming mozzarella cheese affecting or causes obtaining the doctorate or the degree? Of course not. This is not affected by that. So that means it is correlation, but not causation. Okay, let's see this example. Determine whether the data illustrates a correlation or causation. We have here a relation between sunscreen sold and sunglasses sold. And if you follow here the trend, this is increasing and this is increasing as well. Both are increasing, which means if you plot the points as a scatter plot, then it will show an increasing relationship. That means the data show a positive correlation. As the number of bottles of sunscreen sold increases, the number of sunglasses sold increases. So far, this means a positive correlation. This means positive correlation. Okay, is this correlation causation? Means, does the sunscreen bottle sold affecting selling sunglasses sold? If you are going to a shop to buy the sunscreen bottle, and other people going to the sunglass shop, this does not affect that. The number of items sold in the pharmacy, for example, selling the sunscreen, is not affecting the number of sunglasses sold in the shop. Though you can feel that if they have a relation because of the temperature. As the temperature increases, then you will need this and you will need that at the same time. So that means it's not causation, because buying sunscreen does not cause buying more sunglasses. So it is not causation. And we can have another factors or other factors influencing this. Other factors might be the weather, the temperature. As the temperature is high, then you will buy more sunscreen and more sunglasses. Both are affected by weather. Also, you can choose مثلا as a price, as a factor, brands, whatever. Okay, let's see another example here. The table shows the number of pounds of frozen yogurt and the number of pounds of sherbet juice consumed per capita in the United States. And when you plot the points you will see something like that. However, this is not a strong relation, but you can visualize that it's somehow decreasing. Somehow decreasing. Yeah, it's not that strong relation, but it's somehow decreasing. So we can say that it has negative correlation. Okay, we have negative correlation, but the question is, the most important part is to check whether selling frozen yogurts affecting selling sherbet. Actually, to be honest, I cannot see that it's a strong cause and effect relation, but it might be. It might be a causation. Means selling or buying frozen yogurt might affect the other one, the juice. Because if you go to the shop and you buy frozen yogurt, then you will not buy the juice. So the number of selling items of frozen yogurt might be affected by the sherbet or the juice. Though I don't think it's a strong causation. So we can say it is causation somehow. It's correlation and causation, because the number of pounds of frozen yogurts affect the number of sherbet. As number of pounds increasing, number of yogurt increasing, the number of sherbet juices, yani bottles, will decrease. So we can say it is causation. What other factors may influence the data? We can say the price, also the weather. Yani we can have many factors affecting that. Let's see another example here. In this lesson, you are going only to analyze the situation. There will be no solution, no solving. The table shows the average number of minutes a person reads per weekday and the average number of minutes a person watches television. So this is number of minutes reading versus number of minutes watching television. And when you plot those points using a good scale, you will find this relation, this scatter plot. And scatter plot, as you see, showing kind of increasing pattern. So it is definitely positive correlation. Now the question is it causation? Does minutes reading, does the number of minutes reading affecting the number of minutes watching television? Some people will say yes, because if you read more, then you will watch TV less, or vice versa. But actually, both factors are affected by the free time, affected by the age, affected by the hobby. Sometimes people do not watch TV, or sometimes people do not like reading at all. So these factors, you might say that they are affecting each other in somehow for some people, but not all the people. We cannot generalize the idea. So in this case, we can say that it's not causation. And this both factors, other factors may influence the age, the free time, the interest. Yani I am interested in reading. That one guy is not interested in watching TVs, for example, something like that. TV movies, you can see that. And we have now situations without table, and you need also to illustrate whether it's correlation, causation. A class experiment shows a negative correlation. We said that it's negative correlation between the width of the person's palm, راحة اليد. So it's the relation between the width of the palm, كف الإيد يعني, and the amount time spent watching TV. So time watching TV per day. He said negative correlation, so it will look like that. Okay, so correlation is negative. We can write negative correlation. But does it causation? Do you think there is any cause and effect? Does the width of your palm affecting the time watching TV? Of course not. So it is not causation. Okay. The larger a person's shoe size is, shoe size, مقاس الحذاء, so shoe size here. And yeah, the larger the person's shoe size is, the higher the person's reading level. Higher and higher, larger and larger. So it is working together. increasing, increasing, decreasing, decreasing. When they are working together, they are having positive correlation. Now let's check the causation, cause and effect story. Does the shoe size affecting your reading level? Of course not. So it's not causation. At a grocery store, there is a negative correlation. He mentioned that. He mentioned that it's negative correlation. Means it's decreasing. Between what? Price of cereal and number of boxes. So definitely it's negative correlation, as he mentioned. Now let's check the causation. Is it causation? Now, by common sense, when the price of the item increases, less number of items will be sold. When the price increases, less items will be sold. When the price is less, people will buy more, of course. So they are opposite relations, and this is causing that, of course. It is affected by that. So this is causation. هذا يأثر على هذا. كل ما السعر زاد، كل ما عدد البوكسز اللي بتنباع هتكون أقل. Now pizza. The more pizza, this is pizza number. The more pizza restaurant sells, the more cheese, more with more. More with more يعني positive correlation. Not necessarily to be a line, but it's increasing together. The more cheese is used. So it is, or it has positive correlation. Yes. And this causes that, of course, yani for the pizza, you need more cheese, more mozzarella. So that means it's also causation. Sam notices that the number of words in a book, number of words, عدد الكلمات في الكتاب, increases. When it increases, the number of pages also increases. They are increasing together. Makes sense, of course. So it is positive correlation. And it is also causation. Why? Why do you think? Because when you write more, you need more pages to finish the book. You need more books even sometimes. So number of words affecting number of pages. So all causation stories are cause and effect. And this is the end of the lesson. I think it was an easy lesson, and see you in the next lesson. Goodbye. إلى اللقاء.